GamingBolt presents 15 things to expect when you quit video games. For some, gaming is an essential hobby, one they simply can't do without. What happens if you have to quit? Well, there are a few things you can definitely expect. Some are good and some are bad, but that's how life rolls. Good. Finding other hobbies. One of the best ways to quit an interest, or addiction as the case may be, is to find another. To that end, there are plenty of things that inspire enthusiasm, like collecting comic books, watching movies, exercising, or even model figure painting. It's a little overwhelming to try to find your next time sink, but the sheer range of choices can feel liberating. Bad. Fighting the urge. If you've made a habit of gaming, like completing certain dailies or weeklies, then breaking the habit is especially tough. What about all those sweet rewards you'll be missing? It's even more pronounced in open world games where there's so much left to explore. You tell yourself that you'll only play for a few minutes, but lo and behold, you're back at it again. Quitting games and then sticking to that can quickly become annoying. Good. Not sweating technical details. How many times have you nitpicked over your system needing upgrades to run a game in ultra settings, or even a new hefty patch to continue playing? When a new GPU comes along, there's some trepidation in knowing that our very best hardware will need replacing. How about a game that's not properly being optimized or running in gimped settings on consoles? That's nothing for you to worry about upon quitting games. Not that you have to quit worrying about it, but moving on. Bad. No escape from reality. Not everyone has a huge friend circle or even an active social life. In fact, there are plenty of people suffering from disabilities or disorders who find solace in playing games. In many ways, games are an escape from reality and all of the bullshit we have to deal with. Just letting them go because you don't have the energy or the time can suck all of the fun out of life. Good. No more fanboy wars. Look, it's nice to have this exclusive or that exclusive and brag about it. But let's be real, some fanboy wars can get a little crazy with death threats, racism, bigotry, and all manner of obscenity thrown your way for even daring to disagree. Again, you don't have to quit gaming to get away from it, but it feels good knowing that you're in no way connected to those maniacs. Bad. Disturbed sleep patterns. If you played mostly in the nighttime, then boy, are you in for a treat. One of the biggest obstacles when quitting games is getting your sleep cycle back on track. This can actually turn into a Herculean task since, well, you just won't feel sleepy. Substituting TV shows and movies for video games isn't a good idea either, especially if the main reason you quit gaming was to improve your sleeping patterns. Good. Appreciation for other entertainment. Over time, you'll begin to watch more movies, anime, TV shows, short films, cartoons, and whatnot. Music becomes a bigger part of your life, and how good is the Broken Empire trilogy, right? Time freed up from quitting games helps you appreciate other mediums. And hey, no offense to great games like The Last of Us and Inside, but they pale in comparison to some of the greatest movies out there. If nothing else, at least your appreciation for storytelling and characterization will be expanded. Bad. Dreaming about your favorite series. Weird as it may sound, quitting video games won't completely purge them from your life. Like dreaming about an ex-girlfriend, your favorite series could just pop into your mind without any consideration. It's especially sad when you remember the good times. Except unlike an ex, it's easy to just plug your favorite series back in and continue. This makes letting them go that much harder. Good. More time for loved ones. Video games can eat up a lot of your free time, which could be used for spending time with loved ones. There's plenty of wonderful memories you could be making with your girlfriend, wife, family, friends, kids, and so on. It's not like dedicated gamers can't make time for their friends and family, but it becomes a lot easier when you don't have to worry about which raid to run and when. Bad. Missing online friends. Sure, the online world is populated by creeps, trolls, and ragers, but think of all the nice people you've met on Xbox Live and PSN. You know the ones, the people who helped carry you through missions or even just shared a funny video or two. Quitting gaming doesn't mean you can't interact with them, but is it really the same if you can't bond over shooting things? Good. Less competitive stress. Burned out on Overwatch's competitive play? Wiped on that one WoW raid and near a boiling point? When you quit games, all of that stress magically disappears. In hindsight, you look back and think about why you even got so invested when the gear will become outdated, matchmaking will ruin your day, and whatnot. Was it ever worth it? Bad. No more competitive highs. Then again, it isn't just because you want the latest gear or the next highest rank. There's a certain rush to be had from competition, from working together with your team and everything falling into place. Even if you go purely single player, the sense of achievement in completing a game like Dark Souls or conquering that next greater rift in Diablo 3 is palpable. You don't truly understand just how much you'll miss the competitive high until you stop playing games that push you. Good. Not worrying about terrible sequels. Frustrated with many of the changes to your favorite series? Can't stand Call of Duty Infinite Warfare, Mass Effect Andromeda, or insert new sequel and hollowed franchise here, because they trampled over your favorite memories. By quitting games, you don't have to worry about any of that. Hooray! It closes you off from forums and whatnot of people who are even more frustrated and far more obscene about it. Bad. Angry outbursts. While games can be a big source of stress, especially the competitive multiplayer titles and MMOs, they can also be an excellent stress reliever. There's nothing like annihilating hordes in Diablo. Other forms of entertainment could serve as stress relievers, but games can be so much more effective for some of us. When that stress relief is gone, all of the anger goes somewhere else, and it may not be the best possible. Bad. Lack of motivation. Okay, so you have a bunch of things you'd like to watch. How much of that involves you passively sitting around rather than actively taking part? At least video games prompt you to take initiative. Even Final Fantasy and Metal Gear Solid eventually get around to you doing things. Also, what if you just can't find a hobby that interests you like gaming? There aren't that many other things to turn to, sadly. And that'll be about it for this one. If you guys like what we're doing at GamingBolt, please consider subscribing to our channel, and I'll see you guys on the next video.